Welcome to our second Business Leadership Workshop. I wanted to thank you all for taking time out of your busy day today to be with us and to thank our co-hosts, the Steamboat Chamber. It's great to see so many new and old faces. Since our last workshop in January, I'm happy to announce we've had 6 businesses and organizations join our network. And I'm excited to see our community grow as the strength of this program really lies with you all sharing your expertise and experiences. I want to begin by quickly introducing myself and our partners, and then I want to take a little time for you all to introduce yourselves and share what brought you all here today. I'm Ashley Kim, the Program Manager for the Yampa Valley Green Business Program, and I'll let the rest of the Green Business team introduce themselves when we go around the room today. We are a regional partner of the state-level Colorado Green Business Network, a free technical assistance and environmental recognition program focused on supporting and recognizing excellence in sustainable operations, equity, and resource management. Our state level partners are unable to be here today, but I did want to recognize Oakley Jennings Fast, in particular for all her help supporting the growth of our regional program and for amplifying the work we are already doing here. Our state partners are a valuable resource and want to hear about the successes that we are having here. How do we go? Right. Oh, my computer. How do you? Oh, okay. Sorry. Thank you again to CC from the Chamber. The Chamber has historically supported our Green Business Program and is also a Green Business member. I also want to thank our sponsors and supporters. Thank you to Jason Partovi at Hypnotic Chicken and for generously providing the delicious lunch that you all are enjoying. And thank you also to Sam and Jason at Bar You Eat, also one of our Green Business members, and to Wynn Kalman at Calgary Compost CO, one of our bronze level recognized members for supporting compost at this event and here in the Yampa Valley. Our hope is this workshop will be both informative and interactive. For those new to the program, we want you to leave with a better understanding of what the Green Program is, our role as a state partner, and how we can help bring state resources here to us locally. Returning attendees, please bear with me as the program overview portion will sound a little familiar. Connor will follow with how to earn points for recognition, and after that, we will break off into small groups and work through the at-a-glance criteria document in your binder to see how many points you can identify that could get your business or organization bronze level certification. We will have time at the end for you all to share your opportunities that you identified and answer any additional questions. Another important goal of this workshop is to support the growth of a community of environmentally and socially driven leaders here in the Yampa Valley. Local businesses and organizations have a unique opportunity to position themselves as climate leaders and take actions that are good for business and the community. We hope you will leave this workshop inspired to join this vital growing community. With community in mind, we'd love for you all to go around the room and introduce yourselves and maybe share what brought you here today. And if you want to do that via a comment card in front of you, that works as well. So why don't we start over here with one of our Green Business.
In the kitchen, start in the kitchen. Hi, I'm Paul Boney. I'm Energy and Transportation Director at the Yampa Valley Sustainability Council. And thank you all for your time this afternoon. We're looking forward to working with you today.
I'm Abby. I am the Communications and Administrative Coordinator at Yampa Valley Coordinator. Oh my gosh, at Yampa Valley Sustainability Council. Just helping with the event today. If you guys have any questions, there's a bathroom around the hall, water fountain, food. So yeah, just here to support. So thank you guys for being here. You want to go ahead and introduce yourself?
Oh, sorry.
Go around.
I'm Danny. I'm from Liftop, and I'm here for learning more about it. And I don't know. I have to say anything else.
I'm Bonnie. I'm from Hayden at the historic Hayden Granary Wild Goose Coffee Shop, and I'm here to find out where we fall in the scope of all this and how to become more sustainable.
I'm Shane, and I'm trying to start a business installing geothermal heat exchangers, so I'm interested in learning more about opportunities.
Connor and I aren't gonna let you leave the room.
Yeah, exactly. We'll have a conversation in a second.
I'm Andrew Zabak. I'm at Alpine Bacon. We are a member of the Green Business Network, but I'm here to learn more and maybe be a resource if needed, although never as good of a resource as.
You're also gold level. That's a
And
little
you-
something.
You're on the green, you lead the green team, you're on the green team.
We're all on the green team.
You're all on the green team, okay.
I'm Scott. I'm the president of Mythology Distillery. We're a spirits manufacturer. And we built pretty sustainable processes for our spirits manufacturing, but I'm here to learn just additional resources and methods.
I'm Bryce. I'm a senior at CMC studying sustainability, and I'm trying to see what it takes to get Mood Cycles some type of certification, either like B Corp or this certification.
My name's Liam. I am the Colorado Green Business Intern at YVSC. I'm just here to, I guess, gather some more information.
Sarah Jones, Director of Social Responsibility for the Steamboat Ski Area. And yeah, just here to learn. We're doing the work that we're doing and how it might fit with this program.
Amanda Kittleson, UC Health. I'm actually the Quality and Process Improvement Manager there. We don't have anyone specifically designated for sustainability at the moment. We have one on the system level, but not here locally, so I'm kind of self-appointed. And just here to learn and see how we can support and be better stewards.
CC Mortar with the chamber. We are working towards certifying ourselves and then also hopefully being megaphones for our community and the businesses in our membership to share the great work that you guys are doing.
I'm Ryan Messenger. I'm the Natural Climate Solutions Project Manager at YVSC, and I'll be talking with you all shortly about some volunteer opportunities at YVSC.
I'm Keith Hensley. I work at the Route County Economic Development Partnership. I'm the Director of Existing Industry. What that means is I check in with local business owners and try to provide resources and support to help them stay and grow. I'm here to learn more about the Green Business Program, though I was here last time and I feel like I know a little bit more about it, but you know, just a good opportunity to kind of push this program to some of the business owners that are looking to go more green.
I'm Robin Hall. I started a town hall, Outdoorco. We make sustainable gear for adults and kiddos here in town. And yeah, we do, again, everything as sustainably as we can. We're going through B Corp certification right now. So I'm just interested in how this dovetails in and how we can contribute and learn.
I'm Steph Wilson. I do marketing for a number of small businesses in town and also out of town. And I just saw this and was really interested in how maybe I can help encourage, support, and guide any of my clients towards implementing some of this or even knowing more about the program.
I'm Nick LeClaire. I work in the building industry. I was project manager for a while. My roots are electrician, done solar projects, and also worked with a geothermal heat pump engineer on larger projects a while back. So I'm always interested in sustainable design and energy issues. So.
I'm Stephanie Apple. I am a local landscape architect and I also do organizational work with the Colorado Cranes. So I'm interested to learn more about how I can fit in and what the program's all about.
I'm Tara Stroman. I work for the Bud Warner Library and we've already doing a lot of things, but I think we can always learn about more.
My name is Connor Burns. I'm the Energy and Transportation Manager at YVSC. I'll be talking to you guys about easy ways to earn points to get you recognition. And we do opportunity assessments. So after you sign up, we'll go through the business and just kind of go A through Z to how to earn more points and just helping you through that process. So.
Right, well, thank you all for sharing. It's great to have such diverse sectors here as well. So why are we here today? In the summer of 2022, YVSC volunteered to be a regional partner of the Colorado Green Business Network. The program is funded through the Colorado Department of Health and Environment and is funded by EPA's Pollution Prevention Grant. The goal of the statewide effort is to mitigate climate change through incentivizing resource and emissions reductions across Colorado industries. This goal aligns with YVSC's mission to serve as a leader, catalyst, convener, and resource for building a sustainable and resilient Yampa Valley, and as part of a larger county effort to support the implementation of the Routt County Climate Action Plan. For those that may be unfamiliar, the Routt County Climate Action Plan is a strategic roadmap comprising 22 carbon reduction strategies across energy, transportation, waste, land use, and the economy. The strategies are based on a 2018 economy greenhouse gas inventory, and the plan has been adopted by Routt County, the city of Steamboat Springs, the towns of Hayden, Oak Creek, and Yampa. Expansion of the Green Business Program is actually one of the priority recommendations coming out of the economy sector for implementing the Climate Action Plan. So you all have a potential role to play in helping Routt County meet its carbon reduction goals. Our goal as your local Green Business Network representative is to make it easier to connect with state planning, resources, and skills that make sustainability attainable across business sector and size. Our Yampa Valley-based team has the knowledge and tools to walk you through the CGBN registration and application process. And we were here today to better connect with you all so we and the state can better serve. For businesses and organizations, large and small, we recognize that time is limited and budgets can be tight. Despite our environmental interests and aspirations, going green may sound overwhelming, time-intensive, and potentially budget constraining. These are all reasonable concerns, and adjusting these help shape the development of the state program. The good news is going green with our support is free, voluntary, and easy. The program is designed around community development, business support, marketing, and recognition. Community and the expertise in the CGMB community is actually the community is one of the most commonly recognized benefits of the program. We have a community of passionate business owners willing to mentor and share best practices. Businesses don't have to reinvent the wheel or start from scratch when learning what projects to take on. We can learn from each other and share resources, which really helps reduce the time commitment needed and helps ensure businesses are following the right thread when taking on projects. From a financial cost perspective, participation in the program, from on-site technical assistance, ongoing coaching and support, and third-party recognition are all totally free. Sustainability practices, particularly if linked with resource reduction, can also lead to more efficient internal operations and a reduction in a business's bottom line. Funding via grants, tax incentives, and rebates are also available to help reduce or negate the upfront costs of installing more efficient equipment, performing commercial energy assessments, installing EV chargers, and purchasing EV fleets, to name a few examples. We will go more in depth on funding opportunities in our May workshop. For those seeking recognition, it is also possible to reach bronze level recognition from policies and leadership alone. With the exception of staff time to pull these materials together, no upfront capital costs or capital investments are needed. So why is now the time to join? Right now, we are seeing more federal and state funding put towards sustainability than ever before. As I just mentioned, this is helping businesses reduce upfront capital costs and is incentivizing energy efficiency investments. We want to bring these resources to our local community and recognize that businesses have limited time to seek out these opportunities. As a member of the Green Business Network, you are one of the first to know of these and upcoming opportunities, and we are here to help you take advantage of those. For recognized businesses, CGBN also writes letters of support for grant applications and provides priority permitting and regulatory assistance. All members can currently apply for CGBN mini grants regardless of recognition status. Importantly, legislation such as single-use plastics bans, emissions reporting, and styrofoam restrictions are either in place or coming down the pipeline. In 2023 alone, Colorado passed 7 bills and new tax credits and incentives to assist the reduction of greenhouse gas emissions and improve public health and the environment. Our members are the first to hear about these, so they aren't scrambling later. According to the 2022 Sustainable Market Share Index, the demand for sustainability marketed products grew and accounted for 17.3% of total purchases and continues to grow despite inflation. The report also found that products marketed as sustainable accounted for nearly 1/3 of the growth in consumer packaged goods from 2013 to 2022, growing approximately 2 times faster than conventionally marketed products. Sustainable products also enjoyed a higher repeat customer rate. In 2024, this trend is expected to continue as more and more consumers demand products and services that are good for the environment, supportive of local communities, and produced by companies that treat their employees and people in their supply chains fairly. However, consumers, particularly Gen Z and millennials, are getting wise to greenwashing and are seeking out businesses that are verifiably demonstrating a commitment to sustainability and social responsibility. A 2023 Harvard Business Review report found that Gen Z and millennials are 30% more likely than older generations to spend more money on highly transparent brands and 20% more likely to choose it over its competitors. Come 2030, when Gen Z and millennials surpass the purchasing powers of baby boomers, this could add up to $68 trillion transfer of wealth. Remember that number if you're wondering about the benefits of certification. Certification also creates a marketing edge over your competitors. According to the California Green Business Network, 42% of certified businesses reported an increase in business since receiving their recognition. CGBN offers that third-party recognition at no additional cost, and in the second part of this workshop, we'll talk about achievable steps to reach that earn that recognition. Finally, the time for climate action is now. Globally, 2023 was the hottest year on record, and reducing carbon emissions is important now more than ever. A recently released assessment of Colorado's climate out of the Colorado Climate Center finds that the state has already warmed by 2.3 degrees since 1980, with a prediction of an additional 1 to 4 degrees warming by 2050. We know that climate change is happening here and now in the Yampa Valley with hotter and drier conditions year on year, earlier and more rapid snowpack runoff, increased frequency of river closures due to high water temperatures and low flow, and elevated severity of wildfires. We also know the majority of people, particularly younger generations, are very concerned about the state of the environment. Green purchasing is one way consumers can feel empowered. By grasping the competitive advantage that comes with differentiating your business as truly responsible, you can do good for business, the planet, and the community. Sound good? Ready to participate? Over the next couple slides, I'm going to walk you through the simple registration process. Talk about different ways you participate based on your own interests and sustainability goals and benefits of participation. Remember, we're here to help you any step along the way. The first step to joining the Green Business Network is to register your business in CGBN's Green Biz Tracker. Green Biz Tracker is a software used nationally by green businesses. The online database and application system helps keep us track of contact information and basic stats about your business and helps you track your own sustainability progress. Registration is simple, quick, and easy, and will immediately connect you to CGBN's monthly newsletter, which contains information about upcoming events, trainings, and funding opportunities. After registering, our team will reach out to you and schedule a time to learn more about your business and sustainability goals, to tell you more about the program and answer any initial questions you may have. If you haven't already filled out the welcome survey, we can get started with that. The welcome survey is designed to collect initial information about your organization, like size, sector, and interests, which we can use to better understand how you would like to engage with our program and services. We'll also get you set up as a support level CGBN member, which is not recognition level, but will connect you with many of the resources our program has to offer. Once registered, businesses can choose their level of participation based on their interests and goals. You determine what you would like to put in and get out of the program. As I just mentioned, filling out the welcome survey will get you set up as a support level CGBN member. A business can additionally choose to submit an application to achieve bronze, silver, and gold recognition. As a support level member, we offer free offsite and coaching and on-site technical assistance. Assessments are a valuable way to identify opportunities for resource savings and social performance, and to target areas businesses want to improve, such as energy, water, waste, and transportation. We provide businesses with a report of recommendations and can help businesses set up a system for tracking their resource use through Green Biz Tracker. As you may have heard, it's measured, it's managed. As I mentioned earlier, support level members are provided connections to funding opportunities, ongoing coaching and support in the form of trainings, newsletters, workshops, events, and networking opportunities. These steps can lead to a reduction of input costs, disposal costs, compliance issues, worker exposure, risk, and liability, while increasing performance, customer preference, product differentiation, worker education, satisfaction, and retention. Value-driven work is also more heavily prioritized with younger generations. For businesses that want to take the next steps and be recognized for their actions, a business can choose to submit an application to achieve bronze, silver, and gold recognition, also free and due annually on June 30th. As Connor will get into more detail shortly, the application is composed of a point-based rubric, which provides many paths to gold and includes the completion of 2 additional surveys. One is policy and leadership, and one on resource reduction. Businesses applying for recognition in June of 2024 will be reporting on project and metrics for 2023. As a big part of the framework is tied to continuous improvement, annual updates have been a longstanding part of the Colorado Green Business Network. These annual reports are done through Green Biz Tracker and are much shorter versions of the larger application. They should only take you 1 or 2 hours to complete and are also due each year by June 30th. After that, renewal is required every 3 years and includes a new complete application and new compliance check. Benefits of state level recognition include participation in a searchable public CGBN directory, which you can see on the left. Customers seeking out certifiably green businesses can use this directory to find third-party verified businesses. The report I referred to earlier suggests certifications matter to eco-conscious consumers. Recognized businesses also receive a CGBN press kit, which includes a window decal for your storefront, which you can see in the center here, a governor signed certificate, and digital logos for online marketing. On the right, you can see how Calgo Compost CO has included their bronze level logo on the homepage of their website. Recognized businesses are also invited to an annual statewide celebration and are eligible for award opportunities. Additionally, certified businesses receive priority permitting from the Colorado Department of Health and Environment, support with regulatory assistance, and letters of recommendations for grant and program applications. Regardless of level of program participation, you are a valued partner and member of our local green business community. Our team is committed to promoting our green businesses when possible through a number of platforms. We feature all of our green businesses on the YVSC website and include membership announcements and accomplishments in the YVSC and Route County Climate Action Plan newsletters and social media outlets. We will also be developing a Yampa Valley Green Business Story Map on the YVSC website to showcase the program and promote our members. We are here to help you tell your own story and to support one another. And with that, I'll pass it on to Connor, who will talk about how to earn awards for recognition.
Thanks, Ashley. So a couple things Ashley said. Our goal here today is to allow you guys leaving today with a better understanding of how you can earn recognition. We have an extremely helpful tool, which is these little binders that we made. And in the binders, which we'll get into in a second, is an at-a-glance criteria. So this is the question with the points that are allowed in there. And then there's also the technical manual. So it dives way deeper into each kind of category. We'll just start here with the application structure, how to earn recognition, the total points in the CGBN, easy ways to get bronze, which is important. We've heard a couple times, hey, it's a little complicated. We're here to just really break it down very simply, and then also provide you a way to get recognition really easily. And then we'll just go into kind of a little group and just go through the at-a-glance criteria. And once again, this is to get you thinking, oh, I can earn points here, here, and here. So with that being said, there's 383 points across 44 questions. And it's kind of broken down into 2 categories. So, and we'll open the books here if they're not already open. We'll go through it in a second. But there's 2 real paths here, and that's policy and leadership or resource reduction. Bronze is designed as an entry level for businesses who have completed a few efficiency projects. And then kind of stressing on what Ashley said, if you're applying for recognition in June of 24, you'll be reporting on the projects and metrics from 23. Oftentimes businesses can earn bronze from just policy and leadership. And that's what we'll go into here in a second, is it's actually relatively easy to earn bronze recognition. Many of the questions are that the owner or manager will already know about the business. Many of you are already doing a lot of these things. If you're recycling, composting, you'll get points for that. So it's recognizing things that you've already done, which is important here. And then the technical manual really, once again, dives in if you have further questions. And lastly, there's a submission agreement that is what basically makes it go through here, which we'll get into in a second. So once again, there's 4 parts here. You have a welcome survey. This is really just to break down what your business is. And just keep in mind, the state doesn't know your business. So being descriptive is what really allows them to get a better understanding. So square footage, if you have a single site versus multiple sites, obviously the mountain has many. If you're one library, you have one business. So this really breaks it down for them. What kind of business are you? A coffee shop, brewery, et cetera, et cetera. Next is the policy and leadership points. These are the easiest ways to earn the recognition. And so there's 123 points total there. You will notice that the resource reduction actually has almost twice as many points. So there are more points in the resource reduction. Granted, if you haven't really tracked your gas, electric, utility bills, water, it's a good time to start thinking about this. And so if you are or already have been doing it, you can earn more points that way. And then lastly, kind of like we just said, the submission agreement is what just finishes the application. And there's just a couple of compliance checks. There's technically a legal aspect. If someone really wanted to be like, hey, is this guy doing the right thing? This is all a transparent database through the state. So this is just kind of that finish line to get your application through. So I think now is a good time if you guys want to just open your books and we'll just kind of go through it just quickly. These are kind of the main criteria points. And so the first page is just signing up, but if you flip, there's another folder. And so it dives into all the sections. And so in the at-a-glance criteria, there's 6 sections technically. And so the first one is policy and leadership. That's the one that we've been talking about. It's very simple, easy to earn points. There's a policy and leadership for community equity and engagement. Slightly less points there available there. And then it goes into energy, transportation, waste, and water. And so there are many ways to get all these points. A question you might have is why do categories earn more points? It's really mimicking the greenhouse gas for Colorado. And so that's why some are weighted kind of higher than the others. But 6 categories in the at-a-glance criteria that we'll go through in a second. And this will get you thinking, oh, I can earn points here, here, and here. I'm already doing this stuff, so we might as well get recognized for it. And with that being said, bronze is your easiest way to get recognized. It's 25 points, once again, out of 383. So it's not that many. Obviously, silver was 50, gold was 100, but bronze is the easiest way to get it. And what we've seen, what the state's seen for easiest ways to reach bronze is typically in just this policy and leadership second. So the projects on PL9, those are kind of how they break down the categories, has 16 points. You can do 2 projects per year at 8 points maximum, which we'll go into in a couple seconds. There's goals, which are really easy. You're just stating your goals, which are 4 points. And then your community impact, C1 to C4, you can get an additional 12 points. Also, what we've seen is most bronze people don't use their utility metrics or greenhouse gas inventories. That's kind of a step further in your kind of process of getting more sustainable. Most people haven't done a greenhouse gas inventory. And similarly with transportation and sustainability reports. So we're going to focus on the policy and leadership section, which will easily get you into these points and get you on your sustainability journey and at least recognizing what you've already done. With that being said, the projects are some of the easiest way to get points. And so you get points for both projects and for resource reduction. So for example, if you install a solar or maybe a heat pump, you'd get points for the projects and the resource reduction. There are 2, 4, and 8 points total, and it's based on the scale of the project. So the state is the one that is kind of going through and saying, hey, this could be a big project or this could be a small project. It changes from business to business. If it's the mountain that implements composting, that's a big take on rather than, hey, we have one employee and we have a compost bin. So it's weighted based on the size of the projects in relation to the business itself. A quick example, so Save a Tree, they had a wood waste diversion. So they had no wood chips or waste going into the landfill, or they take the wood chips to Twin and Biro where they're being used as a road base and for improvements, and they recorded these metrics. So They went on to, the wood waste produced is dumped at their yard, which community members can come and take. That's just a quick example of one of the projects they did. And then once again, all of that waste that they produce is staying in the valley. At the end of the day, and we'll just kind of get it into more details, but in general, more details equals more points. And so being specific on your project will allow you to kind of, will allow the state to really identify, hey, they really did make a difference essentially. Next is PL10, which are the goals. And so this is another really easy way to get points. So you can get 0, 1, or 2 points, depending on the scale of the goals. And so they should be measurable. So for example, a waste reduction, a water reduction goal may read reduce water use by 20% from our 2015 baseline of 72,000 gallons of water annually through our implementation of zero-scaping through our grounds. And so being specific on the amount and the reduction will help. And so Northwest Colorado Health, they had a goal to implement or for 50% of employees to participate in the alternative transportation to work for month of June during our carbon-free challenge. That was a goal that they, I believe, got points for. And then they had another goal of 75% of employees participate in Environmental Wellness Week. So once again, they should be specific and measurable. And then kind of a timeline for that as well. So those are easy points there. The next easy points are the C1 to C4. It starts with community outreach. So if you activities that improve the community or neighborhood near your company, so sponsoring or organizing events for the community like waste collections. Our perfect example is Alpine Bank. They sponsor the paper shred events, and I think you're doing twice a year now, right? Is that correct?
Correct, yeah, we're doing one in spring and one in fall.
Yep, so 1 point per event in this whole entire category, so they would get a point for that. For mentoring, it's kind of more, it's business to business. So once again, being in this community, you could talk to someone else and be like, hey, what did you do for this? And for example, the Gunnison Food Pantry gave suggestions on a resource reduction for lift up. So it's an opportunity to collaborate and have support between businesses. You can list up to 3 events per question and there's 3 points total. Easy way to get points. And this kind of continues. So C3 is our training and professional development. So do you have internal trainings? Do you encourage learning related to sustainability and the environment? So it's definitely more internally. You guys have these kind of workshops. We also have a lunch and learn. So you guys could earn points for that. We'll come to your business and kind of train you once again or walk you through this process. C4 is philanthropy and volunteering. And so if you encourage your employees and if you participate at, for example, Seed is volunteering their F-150 for our ride and drive on May 5th. They'll get points for that. We have the carbon-free challenge, which many of you participate in already. You'll get points for that. We also have a lot of really good volunteer opportunities with Retreat and the Climate Crew. And Ryan knows a lot more than me about that. So if you want to tell them about the Climate Crew.
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
I can almost guarantee these are the most fun points that you're gonna get. So, again, yeah, I'm Ryan Messenger. I run the Yampa Valley Climate Crew with YVSC. That's our community volunteer program that's been going on for the last few years. So we put on community events that are open to everybody. That includes Retreat, if you all have participated in our huge planting projects in the fall. And then also some smaller projects throughout the summer. We do some forest restoration projects with the Forest Service, some wetland restoration projects up in California Park. And then just a bunch of projects that either we run or we work with other agencies to get some great climate action work done on the ground. Your your employees out there, to do some really great work. And that can kind of look one of two ways. So in the past, businesses have joined some projects that were already set up, kind of these public projects. And, you know, they just fill up the 8 or 10 spots, whatever, and they join us on like a weekend is usually when they occur. The other way that we've done this is we've actually worked directly with these businesses to have like a private work day out in the field. And it's really just whatever you prefer. They can be a few hours, they can be a whole day thing, really depends on where we go. With Alpine Bank, this was like one of our first projects we ever run. We actually went out to Stagecoach and did some stewardship projects up there. With the resort, we did some beaver management projects along the river, saving some mature cottonwoods that are helping to reduce stream temperatures with canopy cover. East-West Partners, we went up to California Park and planted some willows on a restoration site up there, which is really beautiful. So there's a ton of opportunities, and what I want you to get out of this is to know that these opportunities exist. And the two ways that you can do that is you can either go to YVSC's website under the Get Involved tab. You'll see the Yampa Valley Climate Crew page. As we upload projects, all of the projects will be available there. The other way to go about this is you can reach out to me directly. I have some cards up here, and I'm also going to hang out for a few minutes afterwards if any of you want to chat. And we can work directly to create a project that works best for your company. That can be going out to some of our previous tree planting sites and just doing some stewardship activities out there for the afternoon. If you want to go somewhere cool, we can go out into the forest or up into a California park and just make a whole day of it, barbecue and the work. So just whatever works for you all. I know some of you probably have some volunteer hours for your employees. I know the resort does that. I think, Sarah, is it 8 hours of?
So actually, we're just updating our budget, but it's 40 hours a year.
Gotcha. Cool. Which is awesome. And I mean, that covers your 3 points right there. So yeah, anyways, I'll be around. I would love to hear from some of y'all, and we've got a ton of projects that we could definitely use help with, and we'd love to get you all out there. So I'll be around, and yeah, we'll try to get you on some fun projects this summer.
Sweet, thanks, Ryan. Yeah. And yeah, just to kind of stress on once again, these are volunteering for related to sustainability and the environment. So if you volunteer for, I don't know, something non-related to sustainability, you technically want to get those points. And similarly with the trainings, if you just do, you know, annual trainings, it has to be related to sustainability and the environment. But very easy points. Wild Plum, Hypnotic Chicken donated food, they'll get points for this. And the key takeaway from this is, well, for one, if you put it in the wrong place, they'll still give you points, but we can help you review any of these submissions. So if you have a question, hey, does it fall in the philanthropy or trainings, we can help you through that. But easy way to get points, there's 3 right there from just volunteering, which some of you guys already have that worked into your organization. So I kind of said before, more details equals more points. They can't go off anything that they don't know. And so you know your business more than they do. They're only going off the information they give you. So they just can't assume anything about your business. So instead of saying like something like, we worked with thrift stores, you could say, we coached 8 thrift stores on best practices and donated to 4 of them through our 4 annual clothing drives. It's just more descriptive. It paints a picture for them. And so that allows them to really understand what your business does. And once again, just pretend like they have no idea what your business is or what you do. So I kind of added this in here, some more easy ways to get bronze that I think is easy. Both Northwest Colorado Health, Save a Tree, and Cowgirl Compost all got points for having a green team or sustainability position. So PL2, it says, does the organization have one sustainability committee or green team? And then also, does it have a full-time or part-time position? So I think another great example is the Mountain. They have a green team across all the programs. They would get a point for that. They also have a full-time position. They would receive all of those points for that one exactly. PL3, does in the last calendar year, what is the estimated percentage of employees that have participated in sustainability trainings? Do you work that into your organization? Do you talk about sustainability goals? And do you get feedback from or ideas from all staff? That'll get you 3 more points very easily. And so that's another one that I think is relatively easy to get. The environmental policy, yeah.
So if we show up
Mhm.
with lunch for a bigger business that has 10 or more employees and
Yeah.
talk about sustainability, how many points do I get?
You could get. Do you seek feedback from your staff? Because you could get all 3 points. If over 75% of staff receive training that meets the listed criteria, you get 2. But we're just gonna assume you get all 3 points if your whole team is talking about it. So
With a free lunch?
with the free lunch. Yeah. So contact us. We'd love to come by your organization, get you some lunch. We got this very generous grant, which is why we're handing out food left and right. And thanks to once again, Hypnotic Chicken. So yeah, that's another easy way to get points. So I like the environmental policy, which is PL4. So many of you are once again already doing this stuff. You're already recycling, you're already composting, you already have some equity worked into your business. You might as well get points for that. And so you basically just have to write it down. It does say that meets the following criteria. So is it regularly reviewed by leadership and kept up to date? Is it regular communicated to all employees? Is it available to the public? And does it drive daily operations and management decisions? So it does take it a step further of like, if you decide, I don't know, if Bar-U is gonna create a new line of drinks. Well, are they thinking, are we gonna make this recyclable, or is it just a, not recyclable bottle? It has to be worked into your decisions. But once again, very easy points for probably things that you're already doing. It just has to be written down and essentially public. And then lastly, I just threw it in here, the program referral. If you know anyone that wants to get involved, you'll get 2 points right there. So once again, use your networks and just be like, hey, we have this awesome program that can really work you through all of your sustainability goals, and you'll get 2 points for that. So it's really easy to get points there. So that was kind of just a recap. That was going over very easy policy and leadership ways to get points, which most people do to get bronze. Metrics are a step further. It's a majority of the points. You don't need them to earn recognition, but this is kind of what gets you to that next level. So first and foremost, do you track your metrics? Can you? Do you own your building? Do you get an electric bill? Do you get a water bill? Do you get gas bills? You can still get recognized without tracking the metrics, but this is to get you thinking, well, let's take this to the next step. Let's really track the metrics, which will allow you to increase your production while decreasing your overall usage. So it goes into that resource reduction. There is a template to work you through this, and this is kind of a snippet from entering your data online, which is once again in that technical manual, not the at-a-glance criteria. So your baseline year, this is what you need to show the changes from your year you started to where you are now, essentially. So if you were to apply by June 30th of this year, you'd be tracking for last year. It's just to really give the state an understanding of where you started and where you are now. So for those of you that use a significant amount of electric, water, and gas, these points are really for you. And obviously you should be tracking it, but this is to get you a step further and really track that data. If you don't own your building, you still can track, for example, like fuel usage. If you have a fleet, if you have waste, most people do have waste, you can still get points for that, even if you don't own your building. But the key of this is you have to select a baseline year. And so the baseline year is what you're comparing to your reduction. So this is a perfect example here. The baseline year in this is 2007. The current year for this example is 2021. And so we'll get into in a second here how their production went up and their intensity went down. But once again, this is, if you're trying to apply for June 30th, you'd use last year. For most of you, it may be applying for next year, so you'd be tracking this data right now. So if you have access, you can go back in time and basically get those points for your reduction methods that has been installed. And so Ideally, you don't want to miss out points for projects you already done. If you already installed solar, for example, you could theoretically go back and try to get points for that. It's just a little bit more difficult. So definitely start tracking your data. This kind of gets into the use intensity, which is a little different from business to business. So if you're a landscaper, you're probably going to be tracking your fuel. If you're an accountant, or I don't know, maybe the mountain, you're maybe tracking how many people came and skied for the total year. So for the example that we're using here, it's the brewery's used number of bottles of use and the energy intensity that went down. So you're creating your own, you're choosing your own variable. So try to choose something that has the potential to change over time and that impacts resource use, like amount of product produced, numbers of customers served, number of hours in operation. Another common option is for businesses could be using employee or square footage is another easy one. The square footage is what defaults in this as well. So once again, think about what your product is and how that can be the variable of what you're using to change. So it kind of makes it more flexible for many businesses, and that way it's not just a one size fits all. Hey, my square footage is kind of one size fits all. So, but keep the important part of this is keep the same variable from your baseline in your current years, and that kind of is shown here. So the baseline was 2007. The variable was barrels of beer produced, which was, for this example, 46,000 barrels of beer produced. You'll see here in a second, let's see here. They increase their production. And so the goal is that you're growing your business through this whole time. And so for this example, they produced twice as much, but you'll notice their kilowatt hours per barrel produced actually decreased over the year. So it's meant to show how your business is increasing and growing, which is the whole goal of business ideally, but your energy usage and your resources are reduced over the years. And so that's the whole key of this variable and the use intensity. So for example, Bar You Eat might produce twice as many bars this year, but their energy intensity decreases per bar. That's a good way for them to track something like that. This slide is kind of about the formula. So once again, it's your energy usage divided by, let's call it units produced per year. That's a good one for Bar You Eat. It could be per square footage. So if your building doubled in size, well, how much is your energy usage increasing or decreasing? That'll give you your total units. So once again, it's up to you if you want to do units produced per year, building square footage, energy usage per customer. It's really flexible. And depending on your business is how you want to quantify this. And then once again, it kind of says up here, if you're changing facilities, that's totally fine. Your old facilities data will work and it still showcase your effort. So once again, your baseline and current year should match. Keep it consistent, and that's just how they want to see it. And so that's kind of stressed in this slide. It's kind of a little bit weird, but what it's showing is that the square footage changed from the per unit of product produced. Just keep it the same over the years. And if you don't decide what unit you're using, the square footage will be pulled and from the welcome survey if no data is really in there. Next is waste diversion. So it's really easy to calculate. The problem being that most people don't weigh their trash. But it's really easy. So your pounds diverted from the landfill divided by total pounds of waste. So if you had 1,000 pounds and you diverted 400 pounds, that'd be a 40% diversion rate. Pretty easy. If you don't track your waste, there is an easy way, which we can send this link out, but there's a EPA gallon and cubic yard to pound conversion for most waste streams. So you can select your waste stream and then it'll give you that metric. So that's the easiest way to have your waste calculated. So using 2024 metrics, how many points do you think you can achieve? And so go through, just take a little second here and just go through the at a glance criteria, and you can go down it. And it sounded like someone was interested in getting B Corps. You would get points for that in this policy and leadership. So on the left side is the question, on the right side is the number of points you would receive. It's probably best to once again to start with your policy and leadership, which is the first 2 pages, or 3, I guess. Yeah, 3 pages. And just go through it. Maybe circle something. So does your organization have at least one of the following, which receives resource to implement new incentives and practices? Green team, 1 full-time, part-time position. If you have neither, if you have 0, just, circle 0. This is meant to just give you guys a better understanding. You want to leave here with a clear path of I can either get points and get recognized, or we have some work to do, and maybe these are easy things that have been on our bucket list that you can get points for. So yeah, just go through it. And once again, the policy and leadership is kind of the easiest path to getting these points. And if you want, I can kind of pull up those easy points again here, and then that'll just let you think. Let's see here. So it was the easiest points are typically included in bronze is projects, goals, community impact is C1 to C4. This is this at a glance is actually, it's just very slightly different than the online technical manual. So on here, it's projects is PL9, it's PL10 in the at a glance criteria or at a glance criteria. So. Does anyone else have examples? I guess another good example, picking on Tara again, is that PL1. Does the organization hold any formal certifications in the following programs? Granted, once again, it's not on there, but they have a LEED certified building. It does say, or another program with similar criteria, they will accept that. So that would get you points right there. And technically, I mean, you should be able to get 3 points from that. So that's a good example already right there between PL1 and what was that? PW1, you should have about 4 or 5 points. Does anyone else have an example of maybe something they're already doing that they would get points for? Does anyone have a written policy? I guess Altera does. Yeah. So you get points for that. Yeah.
You have a green team.
Points. She's the sustainability, that's 3 points right there that you would get.
Gas emissions inventory, but does it count? If you're going up, down?
And did you guys do a greenhouse gas inventory?
We've done the last 2 or 3 years, but we do scope 1, 2, and 3.
Okay, so you would get, I think scope 1, 2, and 3, yeah, would be 4 points and has begun working with scope 3. So that's 4 points there. Granted, that's kind of a larger organization thing. We don't expect single business or single owner businesses to do something like that.
To meet your key staff with lunch to talk about sustainability. How many points is that, Connor?
That was PL2. No, I'm sorry, PL3. Estimated percentage of employees that have participated in sustainability trainings. You probably want to get all staff receiving training, over 75% of
We
staff.
actually we have required all staff training.
All right, so that's
Around waste diversion specifically, but.
yes, 3 points.
Action plan.
That's right. That's right.
Potentially.
Oh.
Let's see, the community equity engagement, that page 2, that one, is livable wages. If you know your employees are getting paid at this certain, at least 25%, 20 to 50%, over 75%, that's up to 4 points right there. And a good thing that Tara brought up a second ago is when they were going through it, they're like, this is overwhelming. We don't have all the answers for all this. You really don't. If you haven't done an Energy Star portfolio manager, just do 0. No score was submitted. You don't, and it's not to be overwhelming, it's just to be like, hey, here's points for things like this.
And you don't even have to say 0, you can just leave it blank,
Leave it
like
blank.
all of, you don't have to complete the whole story.
And then on the mountain, didn't you say you give your folks time to do volunteer work?
We do.
Thanks for that.
Does anyone here use YVA's green rec program? No?
Recycling.
You buy up your green power.
Yes, we've done offset.
So you would get an E4. If you did electric/heating offset accounts for 75% or more of total use, 4 points right there.
Yeah, maybe that's it.
In Alpine Base, you guys do the green rec program? There you go. Let's see. And the mountain, you guys are a perfect example. You do that, you have that DEI, like conference or I don't know what. So if you've done more, there's like 7 listed policies. If you do a certain amount of those, you get one, 2, 3, or 4. Oh, here we go.
Gold.
Well, I don't
Last
know gold,
year.
but I think we could get to 37 for DEI.
Yeah.
You get to pick your base year on your energy and water use. So you can go back in time. You don't have to go back 1 year.
But did you record those metrics from years past?
Actually, so we, NSAA, which is the National Skiers Association, does a very similar program. And we've been actually doing modified greenhouse gas emissions inventory since 2014.
Okay, yeah,
So,
totally.
yeah, there.
I think we can narrow.
Does anyone else have an example of maybe something that they already do? Anyone do anything with xeriscaping or no turf? Not too many people have a landscape. Is that a nod over there? Do you? Yeah, what do you guys think?
We just did a big landscaped area that's mostly permeable space.
Okay, there's a permeable, let's see here. If you use non-potable waters, you can get points for that. Yeah, that W4 you would get if over 75% of your outdoor space is not traditionally landscaped, 4 points right there. So that's pretty easy points.
What if the products you build are made from recycled materials?
There is, yes.
That's we're all on.
I still a ton of
Yes, it is.
Yeah, sorry, before we take off real quick and definitely go, if you need to go.
Yeah.
If you are able, we are doing another workshop on May 29th, on funding opportunities.
That's the thing there.
And
Really
then
don't care about politics too.
party celebration or I don't know. Something on the 25th. So that's the upcoming workshops, and then to the next slide there, we are also offering office hours. They're just once a month. The last Wednesday, it was actually this morning. And then is this opportunity to do these lunch and learns. So I think it's if you have 5 employees or more, we will come in and kind of do the spiel about the program and talk about how to get more of your staff involved. So those are. And we're also always happy to meet anytime, so.